Hey, good morning, gents and ladies. Let me try to do a little flip. Nope, it's not gonna work. So we're just gonna. All right, man, scoot over, man. Look at Rod. He's got those big, wide shoulders, man. He just wants to lean in, baby. Well, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Mafia Memoirs. We're super excited. We're going to try to bring on Mr. Keith Duplessie, who is at the Gordon McCall Event. I mean, everybody, when you see those Instagram posts, Facebook posts, and the cars and the planes that they're working on, it just makes a man and a woman who love cars just drool with envy that they're not on site.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we were not invited, but that's okay. We thought we would reach out and do a Mafia Memoirs live and bring on Keith and let him give us a vicarious experience. So, in the interim, it is mid-August. We are 3 weeks away from Mobile Tech Expo in Las Vegas. And yes, we are planning on being there. And then actually, Rod and I have a bunch of travel coming up.
We're all over the place. We're going to be in Texas. We're going to be in North Carolina. We're going to be in Utah. There's somebody popping
Yep, that's Nathan Warren. Good morning to you from IGO
right.
Coatings. The man, the myth, the
Robs
trainer
are watching.
extraordinaire. We got the Robs. So, yes.
So stay tuned. We have some fun stuff coming up. Like I said, we have something going on in Utah that we'll be popping into.
Yeah, that's super fun. We're actually going to one of the extreme detailing training events, not as a sponsor, but actually learning how to become a detailer.
That's right.
Or at least I am. He already knows. So
We'll be like certified or certifiable. I'm not sure which it'll be.
Probably
but
both.
At the end, we'll be certifiable. and yeah, we're going to be doing that in September. And like I said,
and then we got
SEMA all over the place. So.
It's going to be super, super fun. And this week and last week, we have rolled out more customers on RotaFest than any other time this year. It's been a lot of training and helping people configure the system and learning their businesses. So it's been super, super fun. So if you guys did not check out last week's episode, make sure you check out All in the Polished Detail. The two Robs were online with us. I have a 10-minute snippet on Instagram TV, as well as the entire video can be watched here and on the YouTube channel. And if you guys don't know, I've been converting the audio into a podcast. So if you're on the road and you can't get in front of a video or a TV or your iPhone or whatever, you can listen to them on the road. So, but yeah, super, super fun. It looks like Keith is waiting on the live feed. Everybody else is online with us, but we're not seeing him. So I'm going to step away and see if I can help him, and we'll let Rod talk to you. So hold on.
Oh, boy. Well, Jody's away.
The cat
Hey,
will play.
one thing I wanted to mention is anybody out there that is using RotaFS, and I've had a couple people, one person called me this morning. If there's something you need and you don't see it, but you think you could do it, give me a call. There is a lot of stuff we can do with that system. I'm helping somebody out right now with some reporting that the data is all there. So give us a call and let us know if there's something you need specifically. We can help you out with it. The other thing that I would mention to people is that if you're planning on going to MTE, it's a little different. We're all expecting something different because it's in Las Vegas. It's on this side of the country instead of the Florida side of the country this year. We are one of the speakers at Education Day. We were asked to put on our presentation on how to make money with software, how to actually increase your revenue and your bottom dollar by using the software. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people realize, is that by saving the time and by tracking the things that you're tracking in RotaFS, you can save a lot of money and actually increase your revenue. We have one customer that claims he increased his revenue by $80,000 a year just by using the system and the increased number of things he could do. So A lot of fun stuff coming up towards the end of the year here. We're on the downhill side of the year at this point. So again, we've always stated this, but we want to reiterate: if there's things you want to see on the hello, Robin. Good morning, sir. If there's things you want to see on Mafia Memoirs, vendors or specific people or questions or whatever you want to see, please let us know. The guys at Keith, very clear that they've got a list of things that they have for us. So we've got a ton of people coming up, and we want to really appreciate them putting together that list because it gives us a lot of content to go to. So. Let's see.
Yeah, I was just seeing if Keith was on, but he's not there yet. So let me go. Oh, there he is right there.
Invite. Boom.
All right, cool. So I see Keith is watching us, and hopefully we can bring him on live. So
she's
drum roll. Yep. Adding. It's like that old the department store commercial. Open. Oh, I see him. Man, come on. I don't know why. We had this problem with Kelly Mankin last time too. So we ended up having to do a Zoom call, but we want to do this live.
We're
so
gonna try something other than an iPhone next time, and
hey, go grab your Android and let's try it. So you're always telling me Android's better than iPhone, so let's bring it on. Let's bring it out and let's see what happens. So I see him, but it is not adding for whatever reason. So, and this gets really frustrating, to be honest. So Facebook, figure it out.
Yeah, adding a live guest, Facebook, it's something we want to do all the time and make it easy.
Yeah,
and
make it easy.
It seems like it's easy, but,
Seems easy, but, yeah. So, we're not going to whine. We're just going to try to figure it out. So, do you want to pull up your Android and you go live and let's see what happens? So, all right. So, what we're going to do is Rod's going to pull up his Android. He's going to pull up our Facebook page, and we're going to try this in around 2. So just give us a couple seconds while Rod figures out how to work his Android.
Nice. Nice. I got to log in as... we both can't be logged in as the same.
So I can log out. So guys, give us just a sec. We're going to try round 2 and get this right. Talk to you soon. See ya!
All right. Hey, guys. We're live again. We're just trying to get this new phone set up into the case, and we'll see if we can bring Keith on this way and get live. This is see if he can find us again.
All right, guys. Round 2. Come on. Give us some good luck. Give us some good juju, because we need to look at some awesome cars at Gordon McCall's event. Of course, P&S Detail Products is the main player there. They bring together some elite detailers to take care of those elite cars. There is Keith. So let's see what invite. Come on, I bet you the Android's going to work. It's adding.
Bring them on camera.
Bring them on. Telling you, I may go to an Android if this works.
Just got to push something.
It says it's adding, connecting. Oh, dude, it's right.
Hey, we're there. Here we are. What's going on, fellas?
Dude.
Hey.
All right, Jody has to eat humble pie today because the Android wins the game.
You're on an iPhone in Monterey, so what can I say?
Hey, so please allow us to live vicariously through your experiences and tell us what's going on and what you guys are doing.
I think his iPhone froze up. So I think we're having the iPhone failures today.
Yeah, I think his iPhone definitely froze up.
Let's see what happens. So
he's in a steel building, so it could be dead because of that too. So
yeah.
Hi, Crisanto. Good morning,
Crisanto,
sir.
good morning. I can click on him again. Let's bring Crisanto, bring them on camera again. Let's try it. All right, we're going to try this again. So,
he may have to step outside the steel building, which would be completely unfortunate.
There he is. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing just fine. So we're going to just turn it over to you and let you show us what's going on.
Well, to be honest with you guys, the laundromat's going on. So this is the morning after, and I'm going to show you what the morning after looks like. That's what the morning after looks like. A little, I won't say we're hungover, but we certainly tied a few on for some of us, myself included. So we've got coffee here. It's not a Sydney, but it's pretty close to the best coffee we can get. We've got the pastry on the table we'll get to eventually. And we're doing laundry because we went through about 300 towels in the last 2 days getting the McCalls event up and done, and the McCalls is over. So at this point this morning, the Jet Center is pretty much being torn down. All the planes are getting pulled out. Cars are coming out, and at about 10:30, we're going to leave here in Capitola and head on down to what's called the Quail, which is a precursor event to the Pebble Beach Concours. Again, a Gordon McCall's curated event. It's awesome. A lot of the cars we've seen and touched and had some fun time with at the Jet Center in Monterey will be at the Quail, along with some other specialty manufacturers' cars. And so this is kind of the glamorous part of detailing. For those who think this is all fun games, cocktail parties, and fancy shoes, which we did all of last night in good style. The reality is it's still hard work. It's still dirty towels and chemicals and all that fun stuff. So let me take you out. There's one car I can show you that we do have with us today. And if you're going to roll to this event, you got to do it in style.
There you go. There you go.
So we got our black Sprinters rolling with us today. As you guys can see, it is a co-branded event for us. So it's P&S, it's the Detail Mafia, and most importantly, it's Gordon McCall's.
Yep.
So this is the glamour of our day so far. Yep, van full of supplies. This is what we're up to. It's totes everywhere, buckets ready to go, some chips left over from lunch yesterday. But this is it. I mean, this is kind of how we roll. It is a beautiful day. If you can see the sky behind me, it is 72 degrees. It is perfect. There's a light breeze. We're on the ocean. And our detail friends from around the country. Just a ton of fun. So,
yeah. So for people that don't know what this event is, can you kind of explain it quickly, if you can? Because I know there's a ton of history behind this, but just kind of explain to people what this event is and why it's so important that detailers from the Detail Mafia and the P&S are involved in it.
Well, to be honest, it's the McCalls event. I think is a seminal event because it's really put on by a detailer. People don't know this, but Gordon had a reconditioning shop right here in Monterey years ago in the early 80s. He started out as a Ferrari mechanic, and from there he kind of left the formal dealership business and went on to open his own shop with a couple of guys. And then after a while, he really got into getting the car ready for his customers, and that was a huge thing for him. And he enjoyed that. So he really, when it came time, sold out the Ferrari repair business and went into doing, hey, hold on a second. Anybody know that guy?
Whoa!
Hey, what's up, man? I know those guys.
How's it going?
What's happening?
We're live this morning, Rennie.
Sorry, I'm a little sweaty, so
So
get
that's
back
the
to
other
it.
beautiful
Get back
part
to
about
it.
this. I'm in my gym clothes. Rennie's in his gym clothes. This event is so much fun, a little more relaxed than AFO. We can hit the gym in the morning and
Yeah.
still roll out and do the stuff we do.
That's
So
it.
Nice.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.
So-
See ya.
Gordon started detailing and was detailing a lot for the concourse here in Monterey, and at some point decided to do, if you will, an appreciation party for all his customers that he detailed cars for at the Pebble Beach event. And that just the natural outgrowth of that has been 28 years now of the McCalls event. So
That's awesome. Nice.
this is it's an example of 100 different things, but I think capital among them. Number one, this is a guy who has relationships that date back 40 years in the business, and he's used those relationships to foster his growth of his event. And if Gordon invites you, I mean, what kind of honor is that to be invited to bring a car to Gordon's event?
Yes.
And they're not just one type of car. It's everything. It's the latest sports car, the hottest thing on the planet. It's a vintage car. It's custom stuff that looks like a steampunk vehicle. If it's interesting and it's unique and it's got a story, Gordon brings it, and it's such a cool vibe. And then you've got a detailer who appreciates the detailers that come to his event, and he's made us a key part. His shout out at his press conference, and then last night to all 3,000 of his attendees, and to put the Detail Mafia and Rennie and Bob forward and say they're such a big part, and they make this event what it is. I think speaks to Gordon's appreciation for what it takes to put a beautiful car on the lawn somewhere, whether that's at the Quail or Pebble or Gordon's event. So I'm getting a creeper in here.
You're right, man.
You can take him out of Big Bear, but you can't take the Big Bear out of him. So, but that's what it is, and it's so cool to have a fellow detailer who is so well connected. I mean, if you follow Gordon at all, you'll know that he judges at other shows, and so to have a person who hasn't forgotten the roots and how he started in the business and the relationship, and the reason why P&S is here is because he has a lifetime relationship with P&S. So I think that speaks volumes to a lot of things in our industry that are finally coming around, which is it is about relationships.
Yeah.
You can polish a fender perfectly, but if you can't develop a relationship with your customer, you're not going to have a customer.
Yeah. Yep.
So in a nutshell, it is the biggest detailer relationship fest put on by any single person, in my opinion. So Gordon's great. He's a fantastic host, and he gives us a first-class experience and event, and it's special and unique. And then we get to go to the party. So how many times are you the help at an event and then get to go be part of the party? Yep. And that doesn't happen very often either. So
yeah, you're not just the help; you're actually part of the event, and that's the thing that I think is so unique. Is I've been watching the team as they've been detailing just these beautiful cars, and to actually be recognized as a key part of that event is, to me, it's the pivotal aspect of it. It's not just about the cars, it's about the story behind the cars, it's about the people behind the cars, and that really makes this such a seminal event, and makes it so unique.
It does. So the glamour continues here as we fold laundry.
The folding. Are we into the folding now? Oh.
We have washed and fluffed, and we are now folding.
Yeah.
So
and that's an important part about business, right? A lot of times we see the outer shell, we see the glamour, we see the exciting things, but you don't often see the behind the scenes of dirty towels, getting grimy faces, and actually putting in the work that brings about success.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge thing with the Detail Mafia and with Rennie is we try and build foundations in the group with folks about doing the things, the day-to-day boring, mundane tasks, but doing them well, doing them efficiently, doing them so they don't become the distraction, so that the glamour part of it, the big sale or the great car, the customer that comes back with the other 3 cars, whatever it is, can be the special part of it. I mean, I look at, you look at a van like this. So this takes months out front planning to make sure the vans are rented, that we have the decals for them, that they're prepped, that we've met with Gordon and we've talked about the event needs for the year. Every one of these bins, I didn't know if you guys saw the bins in here, but there's not one of these black bins in here that doesn't have a P&S logo on it.
Right.
And isn't labeled. And, when you talk about prep, and Bob Phillips is a master at this, he's got We don't just have our label on them. They're labeled with what's in it. We're organized. We're out front. We're prepped because anything you do event-wise, you've got to make sure that it's a special experience, not just for the car owners, but for the detailers. Because all these guys are here out of their own nickel, flew in, took some time off of their business to be a part of this event. Now they're taking advantage of the marketing, but if you want to have a first-class event, you've got to do an A-rated job of prep. And Bob is a master at that. It's been something I've really been able to appreciate and learn from and work with. And so it's the little stuff like folding towels all day that make these things go perfectly when they come off. And it looks like, man, these guys are just really good at their craft. And part of the craft is being really good at preparing.
Yeah.
Right. I think one of the best things we watched one time, we did a Mafia Memoirs with Firehouse.
Oh, yeah.
In Florida. And
Mark.
It was Mark's thing is he walked us around the shop, and it was pad cleaning day. So it wasn't check out this cool car. It was look at the cool way I've got my pads lined up while we're cleaning them. And honestly, it was there's a system. He's got a system down to how they do that. And honestly, the organization of that is it's down to how far do you have to reach to grab the polish versus, do I have to take 3 steps over there and 3 steps back, or do I just reach over and grab the product and it's right there? And that really comes down to efficiencies and how you're going to get that increased profit margin. And there's a lot of really expert people that we've spoken to that are like you and Bob, they're organized that way. And I don't think it's all Bob. I mean, I've seen you the way you handle the organization
precision,
at AFO
baby, precision.
There's big events like that you have to be organized, or they just would be complete utter chaos.
Yeah, we have a saying in the military, and it's that amateurs study tactics and professionals study logistics. And I think that kind of follows through anywhere you are. Business, doesn't matter what you're doing. I really think that's true, that the professionals study the operational needs of their business and know what those are so they can feed the beast. And, we've had some tremendous growth in the P&S family this year in the last 3 years with product growth and distributor growth. But, that also causes some challenges if you aren't forward thinking and looking at, what's coming next and what does it mean to add, 10% to your business. And that's not just us, that's everybody, right? I mean, you add 10% of the clients to your business. Does that mean you need more staff, or does that mean you need more powerful tools and equipment? What does that really mean to your business?
All that,
exactly. It's nice to see 10% revenue growth, but with revenue growth comes some other expenses. So sometimes bigger numbers on the books mean bigger expenses on the accounting ledger too. And if you're not ready for those, you can do them very inefficiently. And if you are ready for them, you can be far ahead of the game. And that's one of the things that with Detail Plus for years, we built equipment that made you less steps, right? More efficient, keep you at your workstation. I think that's a huge thing, because then when you go out and you do an event like the McCalls, and every guy's got a bucket, or every team's got a bucket with the right towels and the right product, and man, it just looks seamless and it looks easy. We don't look like we're running around trying to make it up as we go along. So I think it's a huge part of doing things well.
That's awesome.
And the other part is people. You gotta have good people. I mean, it's kind of a free morning for us. We free flow till about 10:15, then we get on the road. So in about 15 minutes, I'm gonna bust out of here and go get a shower. But this is a casual day, and none of these folks are expected to be here to do the laundry with us, but they're all in there folding towels and being a part of the team. And you can't get staff or employees or partners like that anywhere. You have to find those people and cultivate those relationships and know when you've got a good partner, and then embrace the hell out of them, because they don't come along every day. And I was having a great conversation with Jeff at the Rag Company last night. He and I were in the VIP section, of course, on the railing overlooking the Jet Center. And, we're just talking about how fortunate we are to have great alliances and great partnerships, and how those make a huge difference in the other parts of doing business. So when we do have hurdles and we do have growth and we have change come, it's a tremendous asset to know you have a relationship there where you can sit down and have a frank conversation about where we're both going and how we get there together. And you don't have to worry about the guy on the other side of the table having a mistrust of what you're trying to do. And that's a huge part of any of this stuff, you know. Being successful that way is surrounding yourself with good partners, good vendors. And I don't care what anybody says. Even if you pay them, they're still your partner in your business in some way.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Nope, that is exactly right. So, and I think that's really a key thing with, you know, with especially with the event you guys are at right now, is that's why, you know, people ask, well, why is it a hand-picked event? I mean, somebody can't buy their way into that. You're picking the people that you know are going to be relied on,
That you
that
trust.
can do the job,
Yeah.
and it's not just do the job. There's a lot of people, like you said, that can polish a fender, but they know what to do before they're asked. They know how to handle that. They know how to do it. So
it's called executing on an extreme level. And I mean, most people just get by, but when you take it to the next level, people notice. I mean, it looks efficient. It looks easy. It is efficient. And the product outcome is bar none better than anything else on the market. And that's really what you guys are doing. And man, it's just super fun. Wish we were there with you. We know you guys have. Hey, Diane.
Hi, guys.
Hello, how are you?
It's a family event too. That's the other thing. You know, it's all family around here. So
that's good, man.
We wish you guys could be here too. It's a really cool event. But you guys are right. It really is. You know, executing on an extreme level. The cool part with our team is we probably could wing this thing, and people might not notice. But that doesn't really live up to the caliber of event it is. You know, and that's. I think that's another thing about this event. Nobody wants to disappoint in performance at an event like this. And, you know, it's no different in AFO. I mean, Air Force One is the same way. People who go to that event, they don't want to disappoint. They're working on a history. They're working on cool things. You know, there's a lot to that of you come and you know there's pressure. And I think that's the other cool thing. You know, these folks that are on this team, the ones at Air Force One, they eat that up. The performers really want the pressure. They want the responsibility. They want the challenge. And they're willing to meet it head on. And then you know you're in the right business with the right people. And that's cool. You know?
No, that's awesome. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We know you have to head off to Quail, and we just appreciate you taking some time to give us some insight on the behind the scenes. Because
and this is all foundation stuff here. The lawn at the Quail looks cool, but if you didn't cut the grass on Tuesday, it kind of comes off as a mess. So this is our version of mowing the lawn at the Quail and getting ready to go. Is, you know, all the towels are folded, they're all bagged up, the boxes are packed, and the vans are ready to roll, and hopefully most of us will get a shower in and be cleaned up before we hit the road today. So.
That's awesome.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
And I wish I had some glamorous cars for you, but sometimes it's just really about a Sprinter van and a group of great people that you work with.
Nope, that's totally awesome.
Fine. So, well, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, everybody. Say goodbye. All right. See you guys.
See you later.
All right. And you guys, thank you for tuning in to Mafia Memoirs. Make sure to check us out next week for another episode. Have a great day. See ya.